What would you do if your partner didn't want you to transition? Should you disclose you're trans to the person you're dating? And how do you deal with the feelings of inadequacy when you can't stop comparing yourself to your partner's cis exes? That's what we're talking about here today. What's up, folks? It is Ty, and I'm here to give you my hot takes on these trans dating/relationship questions, starting with, my partner doesn't want me to transition. What should I do? This is unfortunately a pretty common situation. I see it posted about online pretty frequently, and I've also seen it in real life multiple times. It's usually a long-term straight couple or a long-term gay couple where the cis partner is firm in their sexuality. They love the trans partner, but would no longer be attracted to them if they were to transition. And it's tough. It's hard for both people involved. I think off the bat, it sounds really selfish, but you got to think about the fact that when you are changing this major thing about your own identity, you are also changing something pretty major about your partner's identity. And not everyone's going to be comfortable with that. Okay, actually, I want to clarify. I do think it is selfish to ask someone not to transition, but I don't think it's selfish to communicate that them transitioning is a deal breaker. I think that is just good, open, honest communication and necessary. And that puts both partners in a situation that's not easy for anyone. And I've seen it play out multiple ways. For example, I was friends with a lesbian couple, and one of them realized they were FTM and wanted to transition, and the other one wasn't attracted to men and felt, very strongly identified with being a lesbian. Just like, lesbian culture and everything. It was a big part of their identity. And she basically said, listen, I care about you, I love you, and I want to be with you, but not if you're a man. And in that situation, they didn't end up transitioning and stayed together. And as a trans person, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. That's got to be really painful to suppress your identity for the sake of your partners. And I just don't think that can lead to good things for either person. I just feel like there would be resentment, there would be guilt, and there would also be all of the other pain that comes along with being a closeted trans person that just don't make it worth staying in the closet for someone else's sake. Now, I've also seen it play out the other way where, again, lesbian couple, where one of them wanted to transition, the other one was not super on board, but finally they came to the decision of like, yeah, okay, I'm going to let you transition. It's not a deal breaker for me. I'm going to try to work through it, even though I'm a lesbian and I'm not into guys. I care about you and I love you as who you are, all that shit. So the guy transitions and it turns out the lesbian ends up not being attracted to him and they grow apart and they ended up breaking up. And that's also really tough. And the couple in the first scenario also ended up breaking up. So I just think that it's one of those things where when this is the situation, more times than not, it's going to end up with you just not being together anymore. But that being said, I have heard a lovely story, and this is on Reddit, of a couple where it was a straight couple and the man wanted to transition to a woman and the woman in the relationship was like, that's not what I signed up for here. They were married, but they did some counseling and she wanted to be supportive. She wanted to support her spouse. The spouse transitions. They become a lesbian couple and the cis woman is like, you know what? I'm into it. It's cool. And they had a happy relationship. So it can happen. As far as what you should do in this situation, I think you should transition. If it is a deal breaker, then the deal should probably be broken so that you can be who you are. Now, sometimes you got to take a break from trying to figure out the complex maze that is dating as a trans person and kick back with a puzzle you can actually enjoy, or better yet, a gripping murder mystery. Our sponsor, June's Journey, lets you put your detective skills to the test as you solve hidden object puzzles to unlock clues in a thrilling mystery where nothing is as it seems. Step into the roaring 20s as June Parker, who just found out her sister was murdered, and the cops completely dropped the ball on the case. They're out here trying to say the husband did it and then did himself, but the math's not math in love. So June and her Bob are on the case. She's clever, she's fierce, and she's coming for the truth. Unravel the web of lies, reveal shocking family secrets, and meet a diverse cast of characters in this ever-evolving story. With new chapters launching every week, there's always something to investigate. You also get to decorate your own island, take part in special events to get in-game rewards, and even join a club to play with friends. As someone who grew up loving hidden object books and old-school detective games, playing June's Journey has been a delight. You can download it for free by scanning the QR code or clicking my link in the description. It's available on iOS and Android mobile devices and PC. Thank you, June's Journey, for sponsoring this video. Now back to solving the age-old mystery of dating. All right, next up, do I need to disclose the fact that I'm trans to potential partners? Man, this is a controversial one. There are a wide range of opinions on this. I honestly don't see how. To me, the obvious answer is yes, for your safety and for your time and, out of respect for your partner. Just yes. Why would you even think that that would need to be kept a secret from someone that if you plan to have a long-term relationship with someone, it's going to come out. And so should you. You got to come out. When I've seen the reasoning of people who actively chose not to disclose that they're trans, it's like, well, I'm having such a hard time dating. People don't want to date me because I'm trans. So I'll just wait. And if we hit it off after a few dates, it won't even matter because they already like me. No, that's how people die. Don't do that. I think when to disclose depends on the situation, but generally, whenever someone goes from being a stranger to a potential partner, that's a good time to let them know. Of course, when this question comes up, there's also people who are adamant that the answer is you need to disclose immediately. I think that's dumb. It's also not always safe, and it's just not realistic. Like, an example, if you're sitting in a coffee shop, minding your own business, hanging out, whatever, someone comes up, asks to sit down, starts chatting you up, starts hitting on you, are you supposed to sit there and first thing, I'm trans, I'm transgender. I need you to know this before you take a seat, sir. No. That's dumb. And that's going to put you in danger. If that's a transphobic person or they have a, wave of trans panic come over them, they could end up being aggressive towards you, or they might get these feelings festering. They get angry, storm out, and then they're waiting at your car when you go to leave.
He's the killer.
In that situation, I'd enjoy a nice conversation if you're hitting it off, exchange phone numbers, and then, later, once you're safely at home, text them, hey, I had a great time. Nice talking to you. I'd love to get a drink. By the way, I want you to know before we move forward, I am trans. Ta-da. The end. I think pretty similar idea with dating apps. Like they'll say you need to put it in your dating profile so everyone knows first thing, before they ever talk to you or before you even match, that information's out there. I think if you want to do that, great, do that. That's awesome. But I can tell you from 11 years of experience, being openly trans online, any platform, it's like open season. So I think it is totally reasonable to not put that in your bio to protect yourself from harassment. But again, if you connect with someone on the app and you actually plan to start dating with them, you should tell them pretty early on. And why not? You wouldn't want to date someone who doesn't want to date you because you're trans anyways. Then it would be a problem. It's either a problem now or it's a problem later. Why waste everyone's time? And why put yourself at risk? Always definitely tell a potential partner before things get physical. Now, okay, I made the mistake of nearly hooking up with a girl without telling her I was trans. It was not a conscious decision. It was a matter of me being drunk, getting hit on, going along with things, them escalating quickly, and me literally just not thinking about it. That was a bad fucking call. I highly regret that. I was very young and again, drunk. Don't do that, man. That could have gone really sideways and I'm lucky it didn't. I didn't even know. I don't know what I was going to do, what I would have done. I don't know. Bad choice. Don't do as I did. Do as I say. All right, last question here. I am FTM dating a straight girl who has only been with cis men, and I can't stop comparing myself to her exes and feeling inadequate. Yeah, comparing yourself to cis people and feeling inadequate is a common part of the trans struggle. Even more so when dating, even more so when in a relationship like this, where your partner has only ever been with cis people of your gender. And I've personally been there. Damn, I'm the first guy she dated that doesn't have a dick. Zoinks. But unless she's the one that's making it weird, in which case she's the problem, not you, delete it. It's coming from your own place of insecurity. So that's just something you got to work through. And it can help to remember that she's with you now. Those guys are in the past for a reason. Obviously, their dicks couldn't save the relationship. The fact that they're taller didn't save the relationship, or whatever trait it is that you don't have that's making you feel inadequate. It must not be a priority for her, or else she'd be with someone who has that trait. Your partner's exes are not your competition. They are the stepping stones that led your partner to you. Each past relationship she has grown from, she has learned and evolved into the person she is now, and that is someone who wants to be with you. If she's not stuck in her past, then you shouldn't be either. And honestly, fellas, real talk, just invest in the nice pack and play, something that's made for trans guys. Ditch the Spencer's $15 ding dong. Get something high quality. It's indistinguishable. It won't even be an issue. They say that cis comparison is the thief of trans joy, but for me, it's the opposite. All right, I just go on Reddit, go on straight Reddit for 10 minutes, and I come away feeling like the ideal man, simply because I wipe my ass and know when to admit that I'm wrong. So maybe try that. And for the trans ladies out there, you could check out the Nice Girls subreddit and see some of the most absolutely batshit insane interactions. And just don't behave like that, and you'll be golden. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your opinions on these situations and subscribe to join the Goose Troop today. Give this video a thumbs up because one like equals one honk. As always, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.